As the first rays of sunlight pierced the horizon, a lone hyena emerged from the shadows, her eyes gleaming with a mix of desperation and determination. This was no ordinary day in the Algerai Reserve. It was a day that would test the very limits of survival. The vast grasslands stretched endlessly before her, a sea of golden hues painted by the rising sun. The air was thick with the scent of prey, but for this frail female, hope seemed as distant as the vultures circling overhead. Her ribs protruded painfully through her ragged fur, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of life in the wild. As she limped towards a nearby watering hole, the sound of snapping jaws and growls filled the air. A pack of hyenas had gathered around a fresh kill, their frenzied, feeding a brutal display of nature's hierarchy. The pregnant female hesitated, her instincts torn between hunger and self-preservation. Inching closer to the fringes of the feeding frenzy, she watched as stronger members of the clan tore into the carcass. Her nostrils flared, drinking in the intoxicating scent of blood and meat. Just as she reached for a morsel, a snarl erupted from the matriarch. In a flash of teeth and claws, the dominant female lunged at her, sinking sharp fangs into her shoulder. Pain exploded through her body as she was thrown to the ground, dust billowing around her. The message was clear. She was not welcome. As the others continued their feast, indifferent to her plight, she retreated into the savannah. Her unborn cub, a constant reminder of the life she fought to protect. Days turned into weeks as the outcast female scavenged what little she could find. Lizards, beetles, and even the morning dew became precious sustenance. Loneliness weighed heavily upon her, but the maternal instinct burning within drove her forward. One fateful evening, she found herself at the edge of the reserve, far from the territories of her former clan. In a small clearing, she began to dig frantically, creating a makeshift den as labor pains racked her body, the night air filled with her agonized groans as she brought new life into the world. A tiny black cub, eyes still sealed shut, emerged into the harsh reality of the savannah. The mother's instincts took over as she cleaned her newborn, coaxing breath into its fragile lungs. As the cub sought nourishment, she could offer only the barest trickle of milk from her weakened body. Throughout the night, she kept vigil, shielding her cub from the biting wind with her own emaciated frame. By dawn, infection had set in, her shoulder wound an angry, festering reminder of her ordeal. Yet she refused to abandon her child, even as each step became a monumental effort. It was in this moment of despair that fate intervened. The distant rumble of an engine broke the morning silence, growing louder as a patrol vehicle approached. Behind the wheels sat Jonathan Hale, a seasoned conservationist, whose keen eyes had saved countless animals over the years. Through his binoculars, Jonathan spotted the skeletal form of the mother hyena, her newborn cub nestled against her side. Approaching cautiously, he marveled at the trust in the cub's wide eyes. So at odds with the fear etched across its mother's face, with gentle movements and soothing words, Jonathan tended to the mother's wounds, administering pain relief and calling for backup. As they waited for the rescue team, he wrapped the cub in a warm towel, ensuring both mother and child remained comfortable. The journey to the wildlife station was tense, every bump in the road a potential threat to the fragile lives in Jonathan's care. At the facility, a team of dedicated veterinarians worked tirelessly, cleaning wounds, administering antibiotics, and providing vital fluids to the dehydrated pair. For days, the mother, now named Nyala by the staff, lay motionless in her sterile enclosure. Her cub, christened Tay, grew stronger with each passing hour, nourished by specially formulated milk. Jonathan found himself drawn to their story, spending long hours by their side, his heart swelling with hope as Nyala's eyes finally flickered open. The road to recovery was long and fraught with challenges. Nyala's body, weakened by months of deprivation, struggled to heal. Yet with each passing day, her strength returned. Tay's playful spirit emerged, his wobbly legs carrying him on short explorations of their enclosure. As weeks turned to months, Nyala's protective instincts flourished. She watched warily as caretakers changed her bandages, but allowed Jonathan's presence with growing ease. Tay's glossy black fur began to show the first hints of spots, a sign of his developing identity. The staff constructed a grassy enclosure where mother and cub could bask in the sun and practice their natural behaviors. Jonathan often found himself smiling as he watched Tay pounce clumsily on his mother's tail. Nice. Nyala's patient guidance evident in every interaction. As Nyala's body healed, the focus shifted to preparing them for life in the wild. Carefully designed training exercises honed their hunting skills. Nyala rediscovered her predatory instincts, chasing moving targets with growing confidence. Tay mimicked her every move, his coordination improving with each attempt. Months of rehabilitation transformed the pair. Nyala's once skeletal frame now rippled with lean muscle, her coat regaining its healthy sheen. Tay grew into a curious and energetic juvenile, his spotted coat a testament to his hyena heritage. The next phase of their journey took them to a vast, semi-wild enclosure, deep within the reserve. Here, among rolling grasslands and scattered acacia trees, Nyala and Tay faced their greatest challenge yet: learning to survive as true wild hyenas. Initially, the staff provided small prey animals to ease the transition. Nyala's hunting instincts kicked into high gear as she led Tay on cautious stalks, teaching him to read scents and follow tracks. Their first successful hunt, a mere field mouse, was celebrated as a monumental victory. Day by day, their skills sharpened. They learned to work as a team, coordinating their movements to bring down larger prey. Tay's youthful enthusiasm sometimes led to premature charges, but Nyala's patient corrections guided him towards becoming a more effective hunter. After months of observation and careful assessment, the conservation team agreed. Nyala and Tay were ready to return to the wild. On a crisp morning, Jonathan and his team transported the pair to a carefully chosen location deep in the savannah. As the cage door swung open, Nyala hesitated for a heartbeat, her eyes scanning the endless horizon. Then, with Tay bounding excitedly at her side, she stepped into freedom. Jonathan watched, his heart both heavy and light, as the spotted forms of mother and son disappeared into the tall grass. Nyala's journey from outcast to survivor became a symbol of resilience and hope for conservationists across the region. Her story served as a powerful reminder of why their work mattered, because every life, saved, had the potential to inspire and create lasting change. For Jonathan, the memory of that frail mother shielding her newborn beneath the rising sun would forever remain etched in his mind. It was a moment that had rekindled his own passion for wildlife conservation, a testament to the enduring spirit of the wild. And somewhere out there, across the vast plains of Algeria, a mother and her son roamed free, living proof of nature's ability to overcome even the harshest of odds.